Hey everyone, it's the Yellow Chili, and we're back with another episode of Let's Play Empyrion Galactic Survival. We are running the Project Eden mod, and we have started on the Dead Planet, which is a start unique to Project Eden. We haven't died so far. I am still on the moon. I've mined some resources off camera, so we now find ourselves in a situation where a rocket drone is getting close to our position, which is actually not a bad thing. It's a really good thing, because I messed with the other large minigun drone, as you can see right here. It was a large drone, but it was one of those with the where you could see like the propellers, the rotors. So it wasn't the really big one that's really difficult to kill. This one was actually quite easy. So I'm really looking forward to meeting this rocket drone. So let's unpause the game and see whether this guy really wants to mess with us, because it would probably mean certain death for him. What I also did, like I said, mined a couple resources. We now have 180 iron ore, we have some silicon. I added some cobalt by mining it from a deposit on this moon. And we have some copper, but I haven't found any on this moon yet, so this may still be an open task for this episode. And also, what we actually need is promethium, because we need to make a drill, and more importantly drill charges, because we do not have any promethium to make charges from. I think we have 2 drill charges, so we could actually make the drill and mine some other stuff. Like, we don't need promethium that urgently, but it would still be nice to be able to make a couple more charges and not like rely on the promethium supply that we have, because it's really not a lot. I think we only have 2 drill charges. Do we even have them? Yeah, we have them in our inventory. We just don't have a drill yet. And one thing that I also noticed that's particularly annoying, I failed to make an ore scanner. So since the deposits on this moon are quite large, it's not that bad, because you can just dig down and then you will find one of these ore node thingies. So but for the future, we might want to get an ore scanner, because it's going to be more difficult to mine more materials from medium and small resource deposits. So I was going to check out whether the second moon has promethium. It does not. So there really is no way of getting promethium anywhere near. I'm going to check. We're going to go over to the Polaris territory again, because we want to discover their POIs, because it gives us a lot of XP. And we are now at 51%, so once we can get to level 10, we can also go to other systems or other planets in our system. So let's see if there's any promethium. I don't think there is. Yeah, I checked earlier and I didn't remember it, so there's no promethium here. There's a lot of promethium around other planets, so we might just try to get to level 10 and then get the warp drive and then get some promethium elsewhere. Alright, so let's discover these Polaris POIs. We should also check. We right now have 7,009 XP. Let's see how that changes upon discovery of their POIs. Discovered the security bots, the mining station, mining tower. Okay, we just discovered 2 more POIs, and I think there was one more here. This gives us 150 each. That's not too bad for not actually doing anything, so... Alright, let's see. There should be Xerax territory somewhere on this moon, so... We're gonna keep scanning until we find Xerax territory or a copper deposit. Because we don't have a lot of copper. Mining the copper from that asteroid, it gave us like a very, very basic amount. But we might need more, so if there is a copper deposit, we're gonna mine that too. There's another silicon deposit. There's a cannon drone that's really nice. And pentaxid. We don't actually need pentaxid. And we definitely need to get another up thruster. Now this is quite nice. It gives us 1000 XP. Oh, by the way, and upon killing that large minigun drone, we got some more ammunition for the ship, and we also got some large fuel packs, which is really nice. We now have 100% fuel in our... Nice find, by the way, in our SV. And we keep finding more fuel cells in the drones, so we're looking really good on fuel right now. Put that in here. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. There is another resource. Okay, we could definitely refill our oxygen. Because as long as we're in here, we want to rely on the oxygen we have in here. There's more iron. We do not need iron at all. The controls are really sluggish now. The ship is now very heavy. Statistics. We don't have... we do have a lot of cargo lift available. We have 35 tons, and I don't even think we can load 35 tons into this thing. Magnesium, that is quite nice for the future. Once we want to build flax, we're gonna need magnesium for making the ammunition for the flax. But right now, since there is nobody on our planet, we don't need to have any type of base defense. And I have this what I call the small capital vessel, because it's basically the smallest capital vessel I was able to get. But we're probably gonna need to make this one, because the vessel really doesn't work too well with a small generator. I replaced that at one point because I thought it was not more efficient, but because I thought it was better for spawning it earlier. But it turned out that it doesn't really work with a small generator. So we might have to wait until level 15 until we can spawn the capital vessel. Or we might spawn in a version with a small generator and just remove some other parts so we can at least get off this planet and warp to other systems. Discovering resources also give us XP. It does, but only a very small amount. There's more silicon. We haven't discovered a copper resource yet, have we? Oh, there is no copper. Did I see copper here? Maybe it's on the other moon. I just failed to realize that. Oh, this could be dangerous. Since we have so little forward and up thrust, these maneuvers are quite dangerous. Because we can't really brake. Like when we have a downward angle and then sort of gathered some speed, it's really hard to... Nice find. It's really hard to brake and to, you know, just float in the air. I think if we turned all the way to the bottom, we will probably sink. Yeah, because we only have 2 forward thrusters, and they are by no means enough to keep the ship up in the air. More cobalt, we don't need that. Okay, I am actually tempted to just check if there's any more drones around here, since there's Xerox territory right next to us. We could check if there's any drones floating around here at these resources, but from my experience, the Xerox don't really guard resources that are inside their territory. I may be wrong on that, though. Okay, apparently I was wrong. There's a large minigun drone. And we're gonna take it on right now. We're gonna want to make sure we don't accelerate too much, because then we're just gonna pass this guy. And maybe he'll start shooting at us from behind, which is not a good option. Alright, nice. What is that? Looks like a antenna or something. Pentaxid? I hope that thing doesn't have any weapons that can reach us from there. Okay, I'm gonna try something. I really want to know what that is. So we're gonna close in back first, so we can get out faster, because we have the larger thrusters in the back. So we have way more acceleration. I think we have to be closer than 400 meters. The thing may not even have guns. Bomb array, okay. Let's put that in here. We have so much energy. It's really nice. This is actually, for beginner players, it may seem easier to have no Xerox at the beginning, because this planet, the Dead Starter, is uninhabited. But it also has the downside of not being able to loot their drones that you shoot down, because they usually carry some good stuff, at least like 1 or 2 fuel cells, sometimes large ones. Then they sometimes have power coils and oscillators, so that is really a good source of materials. So not having that could actually be considered a downside. More pentaxid. That's a question mark, it's not a resource. Let's see what that is. Maybe it's another crashed capital vessel. I have no idea where the sun is. I thought it was that red thing there. May not. Another minigun drone. Seems to be quite high up. Maybe not. Wreck. I think that has 1 or 2 containers in it, so let's check those out. Okay, this thing really doesn't handle very well when fully loaded. Guess we should just be glad there's no collision damage yet. That's something we really don't need. I never use the minigun in this game, so... What a nice temperature and almost no radiation. That's a bad find. This couldn't be worse. That's it? It's 1 container? It's really bad. don't need the capacitor. We have enough parts. Here? Oh, there isn't. We're only getting nanotubes from this, so this was really... We could check out if there's anything up here other than these solar panels. Take them, but it really makes sense. Oh, wow. Okay. I hope we can get there in time before those berries get removed by the game. Okay. That's 4 berries. That should be enough to make a plant. And we can take the plant with us, actually. We couldn't. Okay. Should have put down a core here. That was just me being stupid, I guess. Okay, but we can definitely make a berries plant from the 4 berries that we have. Let's just double check how much perish time. Oh, 24 minutes. That's good. And we're on our way back, somewhat at least. Where did we park? Or did we get towed? Oh, there we are. One of the things I really would like to see in a future version is that you could make night vision goggles. Because, hey, we can make all sorts of shit, even teleporters now, but we cannot make night vision? Come on. It could be really expensive. I mean, night vision is not something you would normally buy on Amazon nowadays. But still, it would be nice if we could make them in-game in case you can't find any. Because it's really annoying having to, like, even if we had light, we wouldn't be able to have enough light to see that cannon drone properly. We kind of have to rely on our radar thing. Okay, let's loot that drone too. Can land properly. There's more iron, we don't need that. There's more POIs. That's probably the crashed UCH ship. Crashed Titan, yeah, I thought so. I think there's also a quest with the crashed Titan. But we're not gonna do that right now. We are going to see if there's anything lootable here. I think there should be some fridges and stuff. Maybe we can find some... Oh, we docked? What did we dock to? The ground? Anyways, let's open this gate and see if there's anything in here. There's definitely fuel in here, which is not too bad. 218. Well, we can only withdraw 180. Or 210, yeah, even 210. Great. But we have to keep in mind that our berries are gonna go bad quite soon, so we don't actually want to waste too much time here. If there's no containers here... 50 out of that. But we can salvage the oxygen tank and also the fuel tank. parts. There's something up here. This is probably the quest starter. Times computer, we can't pick it up. Okay, let's see what's here. Is there anything interesting in there? Well, there's a personal cargo box. We really want to get to that. There's nothing in here. There's another insulation boost. That's not too bad. No, we're not going to do that now. We kind of need to go back to our base. There's the crashed Titan rear. We're at 97%. We just need to discover one more part of the Titan. Please don't do that, game. Let's just quickly see if there's anything in here that we could loot. Let's put all of this... the container controller. It would be really nice finding a T2 multi-tool at this time. Okay, we're gonna connect our container. Another insulation boost. Oh, that's a T1, that's... sad. Another T1. Okay, I am quite sure, however, that there is an alien container somewhere in this ship. Not 100% sure where. Containers here, though. Matrix we can always use. Sathium is quite unnecessary. Okay, please have a medium armor for me. Ability boost, that's the most useless boost of all. That's a personal cargo box. We don't want to salvage that. Come on, give me a sprout. Bumpet greens. What is that needed for? Never understood that. Consumable. Okay, great. Okay, never mind, guys. Oops, didn't want to do that. Docked again. Let's discover the last part, and then get our warp drive ready. Oh, we already discovered it. I didn't even realize that. that case, let's try to get another resource. We need 400 XP. Still need... only gives such a little amount of XP that it used to be a lot more, I think. Whoa, we just hit the ground apparently. Maybe I should get a pilot's license and not just fly around in dangerous things. Okay, let's I think we have more thrusters underneath than we have in the back, so going up with the bottom thrusters is actually more efficient. We really have to be careful upon re-entering the atmosphere of Purgatory, because we are very heavy and I think the moon has a very low gravity, so we might want to enter the atmosphere at a point where we're close to our base in case we can't hold our position in the air. Okay, Purgatory. So the moons each have only 0.5 and that one has 0.9, so that may make a huge difference. Yeah, and like I said, apparently it's more efficient to use the bottom thrusters, so what we're going to do here, we're going to disable auto brake. Oops, didn't want to do that. It's interesting that this ring doesn't go around the planet. Apparently there's a huge mass here. Maybe it's dark matter or something like that. Okay guys, I'll see you when I get back to the base. Alright, we just re-entered the atmosphere and it seems like we can actually float in the air, which is the good news. And we also managed to re-enter the atmosphere right next to our base, so even if we fell down like a stone right now, it wouldn't be too bad because we'd probably land on our own roof. Oops. Alright. Here we are. Home sweet home. Not really anything sweet about this place, but what we want to do is make a kua berry sprout. We need 5 purified water and 1 nutrient solution. Okay, we have the nutrient solution right here. And I'm sure there's purified water in here. More than enough. What do they give us? Health. Food 10. Well, that's better than the mushrooms. You can't really make anything out of them, but... Alright, we're gonna plant this sprout. 2, actually. We get 2 out of that. And does that... Oh, that doesn't give us any food. It gives us health, which is nice later game, but for now it doesn't really make any sense. And trumpet greens are just useless in this game. I mean, we can eat them for 35 food, but other than that, can't really do anything. Okay, we have 2 nice sprouts. We could have had 3, but because I was dumb, I didn't place a core and pick up the sprout. Instead, I probably just ruined it. And here we have a nice amount of mushrooms. But we're gonna exchange a couple of them. Box. I'm gonna put that in here. Wait, I can check that on the fridge. I want to check how long they take to give us crops and how many they give us. So mushrooms will produce 4 crops after 110 minutes. This one will produce 4 after 74 minutes. So this is definitely a much better deal. And that might actually be sufficient for... And they give 10 food too. So it's like twice the amount, and they are not quite twice as fast, but a lot faster. So we get a lot more food out of that, but we can just eat the berries then. It's a start. It's a start. Alright guys, if you've enjoyed this video, please like, share, leave a comment or a message, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.